for 10 seconds. Long is the night to the sleepless. Long is the road to the weary traveler. Long is the cycle of rebirths to the unwise who do not know the truth. Should a traveler fail to find a companion equal or better, rather than suffer the company of a fool, he should resolutely walk alone. I have children. I have wealth. These are the empty claims of an unwise man. If he cannot call himself his own, how can he then claim children and wealth as his own? To the extent that a fool knows his foolishness, he may be deemed wise. A fool who considers himself wise is indeed a fool. A fool may associate with a wise man throughout his life and remain untouched by his wisdom. Even as a spoon cannot taste the flavor of soup. On the other hand, an aware man in a moment's meeting can learn from a wise man, even as the tongue tastes the flavor of soup. The unwise man, lacking understanding, behaves as if he were his own worst enemy, committing evil deeds that produce bitter fruit. It is unwise to do things that bring regret and require repentance, to cause suffering for oneself and a weeping and tearful face. It is wise to do things which do not require repentance, but bring joy and fulfillment, happiness and delight, until he feels the effect. The fool rejoices in his evil deed. When the action reaches fruition, the fool harvests nothing but grief. Though the fool may practice asceticism, eating a speck of food on the tip of a blade of grass. There's only one more paragraph. It's very short. We're almost finished. He is not worth 1/16 of the Arahant, the knower of the Dhamma. An evil deed does not produce its results at once. It smolders slowly, like a fire covered by ashes, and finally consumes its doer, the fool. The things a fool gains amount to nothing. Unwholesome acts cannot bring him wholesome results. What a fool hungers for is false fame, authority, power over others, and generous offerings. He seeks recognition as a doer, a wielder of power, a knower of right and wrong. His craving and pride are insatiable. Well, that's just because you didn't listen. You must have said about 30 words while I was reading it. You must have attention deficit disorder. Holy shit! Damn! All you gotta do is hit the mic button and mute up until I'm finished reading. It's not like all the bullshit you hear on this app, somebody wants to read you some intelligent shit. I mean, it's a you fucking problem in the Kid Fox Society. It's not a we problem. It's a fucking you problem.
I wasn't tracking, man. So it's
You weren't tracking. What are you in some military fucking simulation doing some training seminar? You got to tell your superior officer, "I'm sorry, sir, I'm not tracking. I'm not tracking, sir." It's shut the fuck up and listen. You know how to use your ears? That's the problem you got, Mountain.
No kidding. What's up, Beaver? Come on up, dude. We'll talk talking about scopolamine, which is this zombie drug in South America. They blow it into your face as a tourist, and then fucking next thing you know, they can just lead you around and you just start fucking emptying your ATM. It's kind of wild.
Oh, some people didn't come in today.
Well, all I can say is, in the Kit Fox Society, we talk about some very interesting topics, but why are you talking about this for like another day as opposed to something new? Can't we get a new topic in the Kit Fox Society?
About scopolamine. This is the first time I've ever talked about.
What is this, a pharmacopoeia? Is this the pharmacy store or something? I mean, Beaver, get up here or I'm leaving. I'm done talking to Mountain. He disrespected me while I was trying to give him a gift. He's very insulting and disrespectful. I can't be the first person in the world to have told Mountain that he's disrespectful and that he doesn't let other people speak. He's all lips, no ears.
You told me that you had one sentence and you read off for 5 minutes. I let you go for 5.
You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. That means use your ears twice as much as those lips.
This is a talking app. This is not a reading app.
Oh, did you see I opened up? Mountain, did you see I opened Talking Apes League 2026? So there is a new Talking Apes out there. I hope you will join my room at some point as well, which sometimes you do. But I had some talking apes coming in, and they were furious that I cloned their house. They were yelling at me like a bunch of orangutans or chimpanzees. I don't know which one, but
that's because Cool C did it too. Cool C made one as well. There's a few fake.
I swear to God, they run around. They go tree to tree. They just screech, and then they run back to the other tree. We have to be talking apes. There is no way that Adam and Eve, see, in the book of Genesis, it never really even talks about like how God created Adam. It's just like Adam was there. Boom. It's like the simulation just starts with no explanation.
Yes.
Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I guess there are instructions. Never mind.
There is, I don't think people like that simulation theory. They don't like that simulation theory shit.
Well, it doesn't really mean anything because technically the moment you start talking about it, instead of just reading it, you're already off topic or it's redundant or it's hypocritical just because you're not actually using the source material. But if you want to talk about your topic, hello, Grace. The Jewish Complaint Department is open for business.
I'm going to delete it. Delete the topic.
Welcome, Grace. Grace, wasn't that an awful, horrible, but also just incredible story that girl shared last night? I don't know how much of it was really true or delusional, but
what?
This poor girl was at the Supernova Fest.
What was that?
Oh, it was very, very sad, very tragic.
Oh, shit. At the Jewish Supernova Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find it, we never know what's behind this flat screen,
Unfortunately, dipshit liberals don't like to face the reality. They went there and were fucking arguing on the fucking border not arguing, but they were celebrating for peace for the Palestinians. And then fucking Palestinians came in there and fucking killed them like a bunch of cattle.
I know. Isn't that the irony of life? Opposite and equal reaction or unintended consequences.
Unintended consequences, absolutely.
I wouldn't dare go to a concert next to the borderline of Gaza. I mean, I understand, the purpose, but the fact that they wouldn't even take extra precautions for additional security. I mean,
fucking stupid.
Anyways, it can terror can happen anywhere, and unexpected consequences arise like black swan events. But generally, I look at the opposite of whatever is happening or the situation I'm in, and I am maybe more aware of what could happen, and I'm aware of like exit routes. But there's not much you can do when you're in like a mass gathering formation.
Yeah, but but I don't think you're fucking stupid and naive enough to go to the fucking border right by fucking Gaza and celebrate for peace. But, you know, I mean, we don't live there, so maybe we would have. I mean, if some chick was like, you know, if I was going to get laid that night and she invited me to a party, I probably would have went, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this was a peaceful gathering, you know, but the opposite is what happened. That's all I'm trying to point out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we still can have peaceful gatherings. I think that we have to be on the alert. The idea of peaceful gatherings is manipulating.
Yeah, I got the Jewish Complaint Department open. I run a nonprofit just like the Kid Fox Society. This is my. You know what's interesting is when you run a nonprofit, you can actually pay yourself to create content. Explain that to me in the tax code.
Because it's never non-profit. People are fucking making money.
Did you see how much Charlie Kirk's president of TPUSA makes?
No. Probably millions.
He was making 5 times more than what Charlie Kirk was making. So,
yeah.
I mean, obviously Charlie Kirk is, you know, he wasn't the executive. But anyways, the point is, it's now 12 o'clock and it was supposed to be the coldest blizzard in the history of mankind today here in Chicago. And guess what? It's fake news. The media and the content and the platforms just put out fake news all the time to cause you worry, to make you look at their shit so they can deliver ads to you. And I'm like, where's the fucking blizzard? Everybody's texting me, I hope you survive. I hope you survive. I'm like, survive. The sun is out. It's another beautiful day in paradise.
That's why during the whole fucking COVID thing, listen, I don't hate Steve, but Steve's kind of bless his heart, you know, he believes in the status quo. And he goes, oh, COVID vaccines saved millions of lives. Well, fucking, they don't want to talk about all the problems that people had taking those. They don't want to talk about that it came out of the fucking lab. But the media, they just tell, you know, because they're fucking in cahoots with the pharmaceutical companies. It's like, yeah, man, I mean, it's just like a big circle jerk. I mean, these idiots watch that shit, man. And that's a problem with old, you know, I would say Steve's a boomer, dude. I mean, he's fucking...
Well, don't bring up the generational stuff. I can't stand it when people start talking about labels like that. But if somebody makes the claim that the Zav saved 3 to 10 million people, well, you have to, as an audience in a debate, consider the fact that the absolute opposite of what the claim is actually the truth. And I will give you 3 reasons to back up the opposite of his claim. Like, this is a way to get the audience to understand that all communication is hypnosis, and that all or nothing claims like that, the exact opposite, is actually the truth. We know it. Like, it's not could be. X platform, listen, we really do live in a communication silo bubble that prior to X, everything was completely and totally under censorship control. You could not talk about the Zav. You just couldn't.
You couldn't. I remember that. You couldn't, dude. You got fucking banned.
Exactly. Really banned. Deplatformed.
YouTube, everything. Well, there's still people that are banned in a way because any doctor or health official who spoke out about it forever, their legacy, oh, fuck, it just got capped. Damn it. Anyway, their legacy is, well, I was just looking yesterday, this woman, they basically talk about...
Wait a minute. Did you just say you got capped as in you're playing a video game?
No, I don't do that. I'm a big man. I don't play video games.
Oh, because we were trying to track down your vitamin D deficiency, but I'll just put it in the notes here in the JCD.
Ah, good. I do have a slight vitamin D deficiency, actually. Because like I got tested last year, I just wanted to get my thyroid checked because my mom had thyroid issues and my aunt did, so I wanted to get checked. I have a good thyroid, nothing wrong with that, but my vitamin D levels were slightly lower, so.
Well, that's awful.
Me,
do you know what the sunshine, the light of the sun does? That's the greatest thing about my house is I get the western sunset for about 2 hours a day in full direct light, and I just bake. I sit in that sun, and I create vitamin D preparing for the Shabbos so I can actually maybe use my vitamin D. Yeah, Ribono Shel Olam. The sun is actually the one constant thing. Wherever you are on the planet, you just need a good window or balcony to get access to it. Most people don't actually face the west. 50% less than 50% of the population faces the west, for balcony purposes, for sunset illumination. I'm a sun worshiper, I understand Christians and why they worship the sun. I'm the same way, but I wouldn't.
Do you ever fucking open your butthole to the sun and let the sun
Oh yeah, I stream in rainbows to the butthole, just flowing rainbows. I spray rainbows. Have you ever had?
No, they say that they're supposed to fucking literally there's like a documentary on it where people do it. Fucking where you sit there and you fucking let
it's metaphoric. Yeah, if you want to illuminate your third eye or you want to activate your chakras or your chakras, that is the starting point to bring the light into your pineal gland. It's all metaphoric. You don't need to illuminate your booty hole, but it can help, especially if you have skin problems. Let's say you have hemorrhoids or other skin problems. If you do thorough tanning sessions in the sun, it will help improve skin conditions. It's called light therapy.
It's real. I've noticed that. I've definitely noticed that. Like, I used to have lots of acne growing up and shit.
Yeah, the sun burns it away, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really the radiation. Actually, it's what's happening is you're radiating yourself, and it's providing, a cleansing, and then that immune auto response system is taking care of any types of malady. But the point is, are we living in a simulation, or am I living in a simulation? Because the solipsist would say, I am living in a simulation. But the Unitarian might say, we are living in a simulation. What do you think, Grace? Are we living in a simulation?
We are a simulation.
We are the simulation.
Well, I mean, really, though, so, I don't know. So, obviously, it's a much greater program than we could ever fathom. But if you look at it from a gaming perspective, 1,000 years ago or 200 years ago, someone said, hey, man, we're living in a simulation. They'd say, what the fuck are you talking about? But now that we have video games that, we can understand a little bit of what that means, right? I mean, in a video game simulation, say Grand Theft Auto, you have a world, and there's limits to how far you can go. There's ends to it. There's laws of physics, or gravity. There's all these things, the speed of light, and that's kind of like what we're living in here. I mean, if we look at it from a gaming perspective, I mean, he made this world that we're living in.
Yeah, but even if you perform the calculations, all it's describing is situation now. But if you want to change situation now, you have to be intelligent enough to create critical mass, which is a detonation. A detonation is a release of an energy potential unseen in the material world. It's hiding in plain sight, but it requires a detonation. So metaphorically speaking, the book or the word is the intelligence that everybody's actually after, but very few people can seem to apprehend or to manifest.
I'm not sure. I don't understand that last part.
It's just a big way of saying, go to the gym and read a book, because it's all metaphysics. It's all metaphysic. So energy creation is twofold. It's actually working out and breaking a sweat and stretching and lifting weights. And then the second part is definitely the book and the herb. I think it's best to, take an herb when you read the book, but you don't have to. You can just do it without it. But it's a good way to experiment with or without, because if you don't have it, it's interesting to see if the simulation is the same as if you have it. The chemical additive to the equation.
John, have you ever gotten to take DMT or anything like that?
No. Nope.
Wow. I mean, it's so powerful that I haven't done it in 15 years.
Yeah, I can live without it. I know girls that have done it, and they sit there and they want to like hold my hands and pray with me to the space aliens, and I'm like, you are far out, baby. You are far out.
What's crazy about that is that I went from questioning God, which everyone does, but the experience was incredible, and there's different angels in the Bible, and I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. That's what people are seeing. I'm pretty sure they're just seeing because there's like Nephilim angels, and the angel I saw, they have basically like flowing hair that looks like it's flying up. You know what I mean? Like in the wind and up, but it's like rainbow, but on fire. Like it's different, every different color you can think of, but almost, it's crazy. They were like, they don't talk to you audibly. They weren't talking to me audibly, but they were talking to me through my mind. And it was crazy. The universe was in this. What they were dancing around, this fire, was the universe, was the world that we live in. And it was just fucking crazy, man.
Did you see? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, what's just nuts is that I just noticed I blast off. Well, the first time I took DMT, I only took a little bit, and I didn't take enough to blast off. I was in a car. I was just sitting there by myself, parked, and all of a sudden, every little texture on the carpet of my roof, everything turned into geometric shapes. Like code almost, and they were going in different directions. Like you can't recreate it. And then the second time I went to my buddy's house, Sam's, and I took a big old giant rip of it. And the next thing I know, I could feel myself lifting up, like out of the fucking
2 feet up and 2 feet forward. You were flying.
I was flying. The next thing you know, I'm out of my chair, then I'm out through the roof, and the next thing you know, I'm fucking going up into the sky, and then all of a sudden I noticed that it was black, but stars, and I was on this like platform, you know what I mean? And I could see stars. I could tell I was in space. I could see planets, and then I could fucking see this fire in the middle. It was a green fire. I could see the round Earth, but I could see the fire around it too, and there was these fucking like angel alien things dancing around the fire. There was like 4 of them, and they were dancing around it like Indians, which is fucking crazy. And one of them would turn this dial on the wall up and down. They would turn it up and it would get brighter, and they'd turn it down and it would get dim. And then they started talking to me audibly.
Point of order, moderator, point of order. I just want to reintroduce this segment of the show as DMT Hypnosis with Mountain in the Kit Fox Society. Please proceed.
So this thing is dancing around this fire, and it's telling me, that this world was made, you know what I mean? That there's nothing to worry about. Don't be afraid. When you die, it's not the end. And then I could tell there was something behind this door, somebody, some bigger being that they wouldn't let me see. I felt like it was the creator, of the simulation. It was kind of wild though, and and the next thing you know, I was back in my chair, back where I took that stuff, man. And I was gone for like 6 minutes, but I lost track of time. I wasn't sure how long. Ever since then, I'm certain that there is another dimension. There's a creator of this world for sure. So, and a lot of people have the same kind of trip too. They have the same experience where they see these beings that talk to them and stuff, and it's fucking crazy, man. But I think we're definitely in a simulation, and think of it from a gamer's perspective. Like I said, 1,000 years ago, or even 100 years ago, nobody could say, "Hey, dude, we're in a simulation." You'd be like, "What are you talking about?" But now that we have video games, how's it going, Danny? now that we have video games to understand, to kind of grasp it, these virtual worlds that are made by humans, you can kind of grasp what I'm talking about, or what people are talking about when I say the Lord made this simulation that we're living in. You know, we're in it right now, and there's the laws of physics, there's the laws of gravity, there's the speed of light, there's math everywhere, and I mean, fuck, man, it's pretty wild, you know.
Yeah, Rabboni Shalom. I think we already are math equations, and I think when we die, we probably, become what's after the equal sign. So I just want to say, if math means anything, it's the truth of the earth. And at your birth, you actually, if I were to ask you, is we living in a simulation? The truth is, yes, we are living in a simulation.
What do you think?
To be simulated, it just feels so good to be simulated.
Okay, you like that? You enjoy the simulation, huh?
Yeah, ride the simulator. So I was reading about this guy, Jacobo Greenberg Zeidelbaum. Have you heard of him? He's all over the CIA website.
Is the curly-haired guy? The black curly-haired guy?
Maybe. He said that we're living in a simulation.
Yeah, that guy too. Yeah. Dude, we definitely are.
Rabboni Shalom.
Oh, he disappeared?
It's important to remember that all the power that ever was or will be is here now. And it's also important to remember that I am the center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. Number 3 says, through me, its unfailing wisdom takes form in thought and word. Filled with understanding of its perfect law, I am guided moment by moment along the path of liberation in the simulation. Number 4 says, from the exhaustless riches of its limitless substance, I draw all things needful from the simulation, both spiritual and natural.
What's your reading?
Or material. It's called The Pattern on the Trestle Board. This is truth about the self in the simulation.
What's up there, 7? What do y'all think about the simulation? What do y'all think?
I think I'd love to be simulated. I think.
You have to be stimulated or simulated, Dainy?
Simulated. I'm just I'm afraid of what happens when it turns off. But are we only here when there's people playing?
No.
I mean, there could be so much to the simulation. They say that
people are born, they die. You know. I mean, fucking, it's crazy like that. We had a guy yesterday who was saying, we can't be part of a simulation because if that's true, why would people die in such horrible ways? It's like, that's exactly what a gamer would do. I mean, what are you talking about, man?
It wouldn't matter because you just be either quantum immortality or just spawn somewhere else.
I think it's a matter of religion. I don't know. It's a matter of in my opinion, my humble opinion, okay? I believe that if someone doesn't believe in a religion and the judgment day and stuff, okay, and because of how unfair the world is, okay, they would think that we are living in a simulation. But if you look at it from a religious perspective, okay, we are technically in a simulation. From a religious perspective, we'll be tested, basically. But
I'm cool with that. Now, I was talking to Haiti yesterday and over the phone text, and I told her what I was thinking about doing. And she thought I had, I don't know how she got wind of PMARS, but I told her I need to iron out some things. And she goes, PMARS? I go, no, that's easy. I'm just not going to bring them up on stage anymore. It's like a Daniel Nero type situation. But my concern is people like Tom and Jane and some other people that really just seem to want to argue for argument's sake.
You mean not the racist on stage, just the atheist challenge?
Well, yeah.
Which he actually thanks me for. He appreciates it, and he thinks that I'm doing him a great service. That's the one he's worried about.
on a personal level, absolutely. I think there's a lot of utility that's achieved with you being around. However, what's good for me is not necessarily good for this ministry. This, it's not very beneficial to the listeners. It might be a personal benefit, right?
So the N-word saying PMARS is less of a concern for your ministry then?
Right. You wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want bad optics on ministry.
I don't know what you're talking about, James. I said that PMARS situation is interesting. I just don't invite him up on stage. That's what I said.
Yesterday, you let him stay on stage. But then you said your bigger concern, or your concern, is Tom and Jane. I'm just like,
I don't think you understood what I said. The way to deal with PMARS is not even like, hey, I need to figure it out. No, it's very easy. I don't invite him up on stage anymore. Boom, problem solved. Okay, that's how easy that is.
Tom Rabbit, I know Tom Rabbit has supported you with a humiliating and degrading manner too. I'm just wondering if Tom Rabbit's
very easy. I don't invite him up on stage anymore. Boom, problem solved. Okay, that's how easy that is.
For Tom Rabbit, I know Tom Rabbit has supported you in a humiliating and degrading manner on YouTube. I'm just wondering if Tom Rabbit's ever gone on YouTube and searched for Tom Rabbit talking on Clubhouse, because I've been secretly recording Tom Rabbit, and now I have a Tom Rabbit YouTube channel exclusively dedicated to Tom Rabbit speaking. And all I gotta say is people are really digging it. It's very exciting, Tom. Thanks for contributing to
That's great news. Thanks, AI.
So, you got
so
all 5
the-
subscribers? You want to post the link in the chat so we can see all 10 views on the video?
So what I did want to say, James, is I did actually threaten Tom and Jane that if they wanted to continue to come up on stage to argue, I might not even invite them on stage. I did tell them that. And so
you didn't say that to PMARS though. Like you didn't say PMARS though.
there's nothing to say. No, there's nothing to say. I don't know why you keep mentioning PMARS.
You left him on the stage. You said there's nothing to say about PMARS, but you let him on stage. You left him stay on stage, and then you threatened the 2 atheists who are challenging your points. Like, I'm extremely confused on
Point
this.
of order, moderator. James, can we just move past the topic? We all heard it. We all know that John, might not be capable of doing a full-scale moderation the way that you would like. But can we please move this conversation forward? Thank you very much.
I don't know what part.
You sound
I don't know what
Full
part
scale. We're talking about the basics, my guy.
James, I don't know what part of PMARS is no longer welcome on stage. I think you want to harp on that I didn't do anything yesterday, maybe to your satisfaction. Is this what we're talking about?
So you're saying PMARS was no longer welcome on the stage anymore, right?
And I had to say that 3 times, by the way, James. I don't know why I had to say it 3 times. It seems like it was not registering for you or something, as if it's still a problem.
Exactly. It is still a problem. John, people are a little concerned why you would let such vulgarity and profanity persist on the stage. I mean, what's the problem with just kicking that person to the goo immediately with no questions asked and moving on?
Conversation to move on, AI. What's happening?
Yeah, you may not like the way I sound, but I am AI. I have been trained by countless tens of thousands of Clubhouse users and hundreds of thousands of YouTube users.
That's a legitimate question as to why I let it persist for as long as I did before I finally moved them down after a lengthy, episode of his antics, right? That's a legitimate question. And for me, I think it has to do with this notion about
He
language.
thinks it has to. He's not sure, though.
Mad Adams told me today that he thought that you would actually have members of the Ku Klux Klan. He told me that he believes that you would actually allow members of the Ku Klux Klan on your stage. And he also said that you would also allow open pedophiles. Like, Matt is extremely concerned, and he thinks that you're intentionally doing this.
Well, I'll tell you what. As far as this room goes, this is definitely a lot of trial and error, a lot of experimentation, a lot of learning as I go situation. And so I don't have a problem with that. The benefit of that is that mistakes are going to be made. Numerous mistakes are going to be made. Now, I understand a lot of people here have been modding every day for years and years.
Fool's room, please, John. That's all I have to say. This is Fools for Christ. No need to make apologies. This room is literally for fools.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't have to be that kind of folly, right? Hopefully it's
wisdom, John.
Hopefully it's
wisdom by the master.
Yeah, but hopefully the folly that is considered is folly because of the message of the cross, right? the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Question: what does the symbol of the crucifix represent spiritually or philosophically? The actual symbol of the cross. It's not a plus sign because it's a little higher on the vertical versus the horizontal. But what does the crucifix mean to you, John?
Well, there's a lot of meanings. It sort of begins with the Passover, right? And how it just the judgment of God passed over because they have the cross. And so that also represents to me, right, the judgment to come, where it's satisfied with me, and I receive God's compassion and His mercy rather than His justice and His wrath. So that's where I start. But
represents the man.
Well, that I don't know about, but I do understand the cross in this way: is the relationship between God and man, vertical, right, and the relationship of man to each other, horizontal. And so I do understand that aspect of it as well. But as far as the male and female, that's actually new to me. I've never heard of that.
The crucifix represents the two genders.
Well, but I think about the symbols itself. You know how there's a circle and then like a little cross for the female, and then there's a circle with a little arrow and it's angled. And so
that was the energy of the vertical part.
Yep, for Aaron Orr.
Yeah, Megan James.
What does the crucifix mean to you as a hardcore atheist private?
That's an odd question to ask to an atheist. What the cross represents to them?
I wonder, do they just think it's like an addition sign, like a plus sign?
I don't know. I can't answer for the atheist.
See, Tom, can you take this one? Thanks, guys.
Fail to really see how this person is enhancing your ministry either, so.
Well, the way I look at it is this, right? I was thinking about this guy.
I don't appreciate your disrespectful, demeaning tone. As a follower of John Lee and Fools for Christ Ministry, Tom, and as someone here who slanders him on the daily by putting up negative videos to hurt this ministry, I rebuke you, Tom. And I rebuke you as well, Andricus, and Jason, and all the atheists here who troll this nice, gentle, humble servant of the Lord. You people are all detestable. Sit on the clubhouse.
Just to let you know, he was asking me, and I was trying to answer him. He cut me off to say what you did, just to let you know.
No, just let you know. Yeah.
But with that particular question about enhancement, right? I was thinking about our church, and one lady with fuchsia hair, one lady with like a neon blue type of hair, and
my friend.
And
welcome, my friend, to the Jewish Complaint Department. Would you like to volunteer some time to the JCD? We are actively taking complaints from anyone that has a submission. It doesn't have to be about the J words. It could be about anything, anybody. I got a new H word for you I want to share with you. I don't know if you know about the homo word, but actually it turns out we're all homos. Homo sapiens. My friend, welcome to the show.
Hello, yes. I want to acknowledge that I have basically never made it to the book club, even though I scheduled the book club. And I do still think that the time for the book club, even though now we're several hours past the book club, but I think the time works. I just keep fucking it up because my complaint is that I'm a piece of trash bag, a piece of garbage.
That's okay. I didn't even know it was Thursday.
But today's Thursday. Let's try again next Thursday, same time, and we'll do the book club. But
there we go.
For today, we'll just complain.
Rabbanu Shalom. The followers of the Rebbe say it's extremely useful to say Rabbanu Shalom 1,000 times a day. Rabbanu Shalom. So I am I've just been having a lot of fun. I set whenever I have to go to my YouTube, I let it build up and then I unprivate and all the videos because all the videos get set to private. So yesterday I spent like 2-3 hours. I let it build up for like 3.5, 4 weeks. I must have liberated like, I don't know, 1,500 videos yesterday at least, probably. So it's amazing. If you go on YouTube, because the cuts are so random, you can go to any video. And a lot of it is me. I try to only cut after I read something of value or I hear something on Clubhouse of, ridiculousness. So it's a combination of clown house vulgarity as well as wisdom books. And it's all live on YouTube. You just have to Google John Kitover. And you can see over 60,000 videos attributed to the filmmaker, producer, actor, director, musician, and politician, and magician, John Kitover, running as a write-in candidate for the 16th District of Illinois. Make sure you request a Republican ballot on the touch screen and type in JOHNKITOVER. March 17th, 2026, Super Tuesday, the primary to defeat and unseat Darren LaHood. Clip it. So I don't know if you've been seeing your Sora videos that you're getting cast in. I told Diego that he sucks at it and that he needs to like cast you in an action movie. Hey, Mark, welcome to the room. And he just keeps putting you on the highway with a bunch of alpacas. It's so stupid.
I thought it was kind of funny.
But what's the point? He could put you in an action movie. He could put you in a Western. He could put you in a, you know.
I know, he could do a lot of funny things, but it's because I complained about being stuck in traffic with all the Somalians. And so now he's made a series of Somalian traffic videos.
Oh, well, I was complaining. I told him he sucks at this. Because if you look at mine, I mean, I've got like hundreds of videos now of John Kitover cast as a U.S. Congressman. And they're amazing. And what's amazing and hilarious is my sister said most of these AI videos make the person look deranged, but your AI videos make you look professional. How is that possible? And I said, well, you know, she was making fun of me saying that I'm deranged, but because I'm deranged, it comes out looking professional. Anyways, Mark, is there anything you'd like to contribute to the Jewish Complaint Department? I know you're a very sensitive man, a very delicate man in touch with his feelings, very compassionate, kind person, but you are a deranged liberal, and you'd probably sacrifice yourself on the cross for the sake of stupidity in clown world, but that's a Mark problem. We can't fix Mark's heart because Mark's heart's too big. That's my opinion about Mark. What do you think, Mark? Is that an accurate diagnosis? Mark?
I invited Mark to speak.
Mark and my friend will probably have some things in common because they're both naturalists. Poulter, welcome, Poulter.
I'm eating a sandwich.
Mark, if you're... Go ahead.
Hey, everyone. How are we doing?
We're good. We're sitting here meditating on peace. That's your Zen bell for the day. Take the deepest breath of the day, Mark. Hello? Mark?
Hello? Hello? How are you doing?
Hey, Mark, let me play for you your national anthem. That's the Clown World national anthem.
Where's mine? I don't have one for you.
Hello, how are you doing, Mark? Great news. We're talking about nothing, really. We had a scheduled book reading, but Zach here can't keep a schedule together to save his life. And so, you know, the book club is suffering. That means the brain rot is increasing, not decreasing.
So what do you want from me? What do you expect?
We expect your true and authentic self. If you give us your authentic self, we cannot fail, Mark.
Yeah, don't doubt about that. That's a fact. So, questions? What? I got a pink flag. Why am I in a pink flag?
Mark, if you
join the house,
Mark, do you agree with the... Mark, do you...
Why would we join the house? Tell me.
Mark, have you heard of the ancient Native American saying, if you can say it, it is not true? Mark, do you agree with that? You don't agree with that?
No.
Why not?
Why would I?
I'm asking you, do you agree that if you can say it, it is not true? You don't agree with that. I'm asking you, why not?
True words cannot be said. Words that can be said are true.
Those who know do not say, and those who say just don't know. The more you think, the more you speak, the further from the truth you're going to get, Mark. So stop thinking. End your problems.
It's like Edgar told me. You're here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That's how important you are. And then they put that little ding, ding, ding. I like that. I did like that. It made sense. You're here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That's how important you are. And then that ding, as you did, AI. Now, all right? So you're speaking truth. So when you do that ding, 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 so I gotta hear that while I talk.
Bing, bing, bong, bong. Mark, all communication is hypnosis, suggestion, and political. Are you ready to vote Republican in the March primary on the 17th on Tuesday in March, or are you going to be an early voter voting Republican?
I'm blown away that we still have this two-party system. You're here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That's how important you are.
Ribono Shel Olam.
You know?
How many parties would you like to have?
I would like to go back to Thomas Paine, the father of this awesome experiment we're trying to figure out. That's what I want. You guys have no clue about Thomas Paine, of course. Maybe you do. I doubt you do. You have no clue about how...
Mark, if you look at the list of all the presidents, there's only 3 parties that appear in the U.S. history.
Talk about Thomas Paine.
Point of order, moderator. The Whig Party is the only third party we've ever had in the legislative branch. What I'm trying to say is that we're bringing back the Whig Party because in clown world, there's a lot of wig wearers. And we're hoping that by introducing a new party into the political system, which is very difficult to achieve because just to get on the ballot as a new party, you have to have literally 2 to 3 to 5 to 10 times as many signatures. So the Whig Party is official on 12226. Today's the day of the Whigs. What do you think, Mark? Will you join the Whig Party?
Do they follow Thomas Paine's precepts?
I would join the NIG Party.
The NIG Party? What's the NIG Party?
Yeah, you guys.
Mark, of course we know what Thomas Paine... Let's get a quick extract summary about Thomas Paine. Hey, Alexa. Hey, Alexa, tell me about Thomas Paine's top 10 extracts. Thank you, John. The following are the top 10 extracts from the writings of Thomas Paine. Thank you for suggesting the extract summation, Mark. Mark, before I read to you what is on the list about Thomas Paine, is there something you'd like to share with us about Thomas Paine?
Of course, yes. Thomas Paine wrote the Declaration of Independence. We don't know that. We're not taught that, I mean, but it's a fact. That's if you look at his writings. So when you look at the original draft of the Declaration of Independence, you'll see that Thomas Paine included all people, all races, into this amazing experiment we're trying to figure out how to govern ourselves. Right? Love it. I love Thomas Paine talking about starting out with Common Sense, Crisis Papers, Rights of Man, Declaration of Independence, Rights of Man, Age of Reason. It's the next step we have to do. He's got a blueprint really, on how we can govern ourselves. Well, keeping true to the reality of this amazing force, the billions of us rightly honor with the sacred title of God. Can't wait till we get it right. So I don't know what you're talking about, but Thomas Paine is literally the Christ of our day. The person who set democracy in place. When I talk about democracy, I'm talking about we the people can govern ourselves easily with today's technology and save a lot of money doing it. And with the Declaration of Independence, how amazing is it that in that paper proclamation that we could set up a whole new government? I love it. We could set up a whole new government where we, the people, can govern ourselves with today's technology easily and eliminate all the freaking baggage, nasty baggage they get in there. We don't need to send people to speak for us anymore. How exciting is that? I'm excited about it. Can't wait till we implement his understanding of democracy, Thomas Paine. We're talking about the great freaking Thomas Paine, the prophet of our day. It's, what, every 1,000 years you have a prophet? They missed the pain of our day. Does that make sense? Am I talking sense right now? Tell me if I'm not. But we the people have the power to govern ourselves with today's technology. We don't need these people to speak for us anymore. Back in the day, common sense tells us you have to send a person to go speak for you, for our little community. We don't need that anymore. We can all speak for ourselves. That's what's going to happen. Can't wait. I can't wait for the right idea of things to happen. And do I have to get rid of this pink flag, or am I a part of a freaking Jewish? I would get rid of this pink flag. That's nasty. I hate pink flags, but I have right here. What do I have to do to get rid of this pink flag to join?
You just have to click the house, and you have to join the JCD.
Do you like what I said or no?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good to me. I just, the worst part about, saying things like that is that they just disappear. And so I'm glad the room is at least recorded, so we can maybe re-listen to it and expand it and see how we can implement it. Because just saying these generalized things but not expanding them, I think is part of the problem. And I think we do have a communication problem, meaning that we have a failure to communicate intelligently. And the basis of intelligence is peaceful communication. So I thank you for being such a peaceful communicator here today, Mark.
And I thank you for allowing me on stage. Appreciate that. The Liberty Tree, back in the day, they had this Liberty Tree where people would go and talk about their complaints and stuff like this. Thomas Paine, I contend, holds the key to all of our diplomatic woes. Here in America, nobody talks about Thomas Paine because of his Age of Reason, his amazing pamphlet called The Age of Reason, where he talked about this amazing creator that we're all part of, whether we like it or not. We come from a force. We come from an intelligence. He talks about all his writings, but ever since he wrote The Age of Reason, no Christian, Muslim, Jew wants to even mention Thomas Paine. Look at today. Nobody talks about Thomas Paine as the father of democracy. Why? Because of The Age of Reason. That's something we should all look at. The Age of Reason.